out here with the RXE and the S2E. We're going to road test on Stockton Beach, so stay tuned to find out what happens. Look, we haven't deflated the tyres yet. Not sure, we'll see what happens. What are you running at, Duncan?
28 PSI, I think.
28 PSI?
Yeah.
What about you?
Same. 28.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how we go. I reckon I could probably lose some air out of mine. Alright.
No. Wait, Ben. 10 minutes in, I blew up my motor.
Huh?
Or something. I don't know what I did, but I've got no power.
Sorry, Duncan.
See you guys.
I'll see you later, bro.
Yep, walking now. You're way too slow. You okay?
Yeah, fine.
A poor bike. I really hope it's just like motor overheat or something. Oh well. Gonna do some drone shots now. Finally got out of the dunes and now pedaling my way back home with no power. It's slow, but it's doable. We're back. This time I left the bike at home. Well, it's still dead, so hopefully I can repair it, but for now tried to reset the battery and nothing worked. We'll see when we get back to the shop. Hopefully I can get it to work again. So yeah, I took the 4-wheel drive. Hopefully this makes it. And we're also gonna go closer to the actual water on the beach where the sand is a bit more packed. It's better for the bike. We tried it last night and we could go much faster than in the sand dunes. And I think it'll be better for the Translite as well. Should be fun. See ya.
Okay, so I don't know, but some guys like stole my clothes and my helmet and stacked it pretty hardcore. I don't know who that was, but anyway, a couple of lessons there. Check your landing. Obviously, go down a hill and check that there's no like ankle deep soft sand there or snow there before you take the leap. And if you're going to jump onto some hard pack stuff. So yeah, use some caution when you're going around sand dunes. Not like a boneheaded borrowed my helmet. Look what he did to my helmet. He's like totally fractured that. There's a crack down there and a crack here. Man, this helmet really saved that idiot. But maybe I'll just wear it and just ride safe for now. All right, coming up, I've convinced Duncan to strap some wheels to a LaCroix skateboard to show us if he can get through the sand dunes with that two-wheeled beast. So check that out. The Transite all-wheel drive was epic. According to the guys, it just lost a bit of range, but Eduardo from Transite has new cross countries with much bigger batteries, so that's going to help. Also, the Transite is geared for like a high-end gearing running. So when they hit the soft start, apparently it was a bit draining and pretty difficult there. The other thing we're going to do now is also lower the tire pressure in the Super Sand Freeze again, just to experiment with that and tell you how that goes. Alright, stay tuned. Alrighty, we're in a happy place now. The batteries are fully charged. We've got about an hour of sun. We're about to head off. Let's check out what Duncan's on. 8-wheel monster. Whew. Can't wait to see what happens. Alrighty, so we're back from Stockton Beach in the studio, and a quick little wrap up with Duncan just to talk about what went well and what didn't. The bikes, we feel, outperformed the electric skateboards on the beach.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, boards were fun, but it's not quite there yet, and just the wheels are too small, I think, overall, even on this one.
So the Transite has massive wheels, big tires. That's one thing it does well. All-wheel drive, it does well. But when you're going along the sand dunes onto hard pack surfaces, that can get a little bit boring, and so you want to just go off into the loose sand over the dunes, and then this is when this thing sort of cops it out. It doesn't really work that well.
Yeah, so I guess with a bit of speed going into the soft sand, if it's not too soft, you can get out okay, but we could go into a bit softer sand with the bikes, and yeah, the Transite wouldn't follow.
That's just because it's hub drive and a high range gearing, so you can't really enable low range gear to get that high torque to push those dunes.
It's just lacking a bit of torque, and this model, the demo model we have, is the one with the smallest battery. So we did run out of battery, so it would have been good to have the bigger model. But yeah, it was great. It was really fun on the hard pack sand. You could go pretty fast. It felt a bit sketchy at times because you could sort of, you feel yourself, I don't know,
drifting a bit?
Yeah, drifting maybe, because it just, I don't know, if I had sand on my feet and it wasn't gripping on the tape, but it was just...
That's one thing we need to do, is we need to add dope grip to this board.
Yeah.
And bigger battery, and then, but still, like for sand dunes, we probably need a different model that has a bit higher torque. Well, actually, that's when you go to the belt drive to get more torque, right?
Yeah.
All right, thanks Duncan. So the LaCroix kind of smashed it in terms of torque, and it had so much torque, but the sand was so grippy, it actually broke one of the belts, right?
Yeah, so my mistake was I didn't change the belts before we left, and they were a bit worn out and quite old, so I think with new belts we could have ridden a bit more on the sand. So yeah, our experiment was to just basically attach another set of wheels on top of the other ones.
And the funny thing was, I said use cable ties, and you said that'll never work, but it actually worked really well.
Yeah, I don't know for how long it would have worked, but it did work. And yeah, same thing on the hard packed sand, it was pretty good. And it's just as soon as you get into a bit too soft sand, it would dig itself in because of that torque. And then when you're trying to just get out of there, the wheels had enough grip, the motor had plenty of power. The only weak spot was the belt in the middle. So it was just an insane amount of force in just a small amount of space, and just the belt snapped.
So what would this board would benefit from would be like wider hubs and like balloon wheels almost, so that it just sort of floats along the surface of the sand, particularly if you want to hit those sand dunes. So that would be something cool that we should be working on. Yeah, maybe even make it 4-wheel drive plus balloon tires, and this way we could go anywhere. Yeah, belt drive, all-wheel drive. Sweet. The bikes, the Super 73s perform really well, predominantly because they've got a much bigger battery than the electric skateboard, so we're able to just go exploring the sand dunes without worrying too much about how we were getting back. And also they've got much bigger tyres, bigger wheels, so we're able to deflate those and get more range, and we're able to go over the top of the sand dunes in those, so they were a lot more fun. Yeah, any comments on that? No, yeah, it was really, really fun. Like the dunes were cool, but it's a bit, I don't know, it's more adventurous, I guess I would say, and you don't really know if this patch of sand is too soft or this is, so there's a bit of falling, and so it's only on sand, so you're fine, but I really enjoyed the next to the beach, well, next to the water, it was a hard pack. Yeah. You still feel like you're on sand, but you can go much faster, and it just had this, I don't know, freedom. It was awesome. Yeah, that's it. And with the Super 73s, the S2 and the RX, that has a 10-speed gear, so we're able to use the low-range gear for pedaling. Yeah. And so, to be honest, we were pedaling quite a bit to get up the steep parts of the dunes. And so, in that respect, it's a bit more of a bicycle than a trail bike with a super amount of power. Yeah. But for what it is, for being a bicycle that can go up sand dunes, it's pretty intense. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it was awesome. We hope that this brings value to you, that you can see what happens when you take your expensive products into the sand dunes. They are going to get sandy and dirty and potentially wet and salty, so just give them a good clean afterwards if you do go into it. And if you have any questions about what board or what bike might handle well in those sand dunes, just ask us and we'll do it for you. No problem. Duncan's happy to test ride anything. Yeah. It was great. Yeah, I think episode 2 we'll just bring beefed up LaCroix with bigger wheels, bigger transite, and maybe some kind of electric motorcycle or something. We'll see. All right, thanks. See you next time. See you next guy.